The aftermath of the high-yield landmine detonation leaves the Sudong village raiders in utter ruin. Over 30 villagers are killed instantly, and the ensuing panic drives survivors into the shelter's secondary trap network of nail boards and animal traps, multiplying the casualties. Su Dongsheng, the village chief, and the directing elders suffer complete psychological collapse. Su Dongsheng falls to his knees, his face frosting over in the cold, slapping himself and wailing that he is a sinner to the Su family for ignoring Su Chunlei's warnings. The leaderless mob scatters like headless flies, dying in droves. Watching from the darkened second floor of Yunk Manor, Zhang Yi verifies that the ice-type ability user Su Chunlei has not yet entered the fray. He stows his sniper rifle and, with a flash of white light, draws a modern compound bow and 2 quivers from his dimensional storage. He commands the intelligence system to open the outward-swinging bulletproof window. Wind and snow rush in, but Zhang Yi, equipped with infrared tactical goggles, sees perfectly in the pitch black. Leveraging his precision shooting ability, he knocks and looses 3 arrows at once, the projectiles ignoring wind and distance to punch through down jackets and flesh at 200 meters. He moves with calm, mechanical efficiency, cycling 3 arrows per draw, prioritizing anyone holding a firearm. The villagers, blind in the darkness and unable to locate the silent archer, raise hunting rifles in vain. Every bullet fired is swallowed by a dimensional portal Zhang Yi opens before him, a top-tier defensive cheat code. 26 villagers fall to his arrows before a sudden, violent blizzard erupts between the manor and the gate, a torrent of wind and snow that obscures all vision. Zhang Yi lowers his bow, a glint of excitement in his eyes, recognizing the signature of the strange man from Sudong village. He immediately swaps back to his sniper rifle, knowing arrows will not fly true in the supernatural storm. Su Chunlei has finally made his move. Su Chunlei arrives at the battlefield, drawn by the explosions, and unleashes a massive supernatural blizzard to obscure Zhang Yi's vision and buy time for the shattered Sudong village forces to retreat. The villagers, snapped from their daze, scramble to carry wounded and body parts back toward the river, their escape slowed by grief and casualties. Inside Yunk Manor, Zhang Yi recognizes the blizzard's energy cost and the 700-meter distance to the river. He sheathes his sniper rifle, methodically dons bulletproof armor, cold weather gear, and an arsenal including an assault rifle, sniper rifle, grenades, and a grappling hook from his white space storage. Leaving Zhou Kur and Yang Xia with a curt order to wait, he exits via the west road to avoid his own traps, mounts a snowmobile, and circles toward the frozen Lujiang River. Yang Xia, still reeling from the earlier massacre, watches him go with a mix of awe and guilt, realizing her own helplessness. On the riverbank, Su Chunlei strains to maintain the storm, relieved when gunfire ceases, only to hear the snowmobile's engine. Zhang Yi engages autopilot and sprays the retreating crowd with assault fire, instantly cutting down 7 or 8 villagers. Spotting Su Chunlei, identifiable by his heavier build and defensive stance, Zhang Yi switches to his sniper rifle. His improved spatial control allows the bullet to pierce the blizzard, but the storm deflects its angle. The round grazes Su Chunlei's side before impacting the ice. A sled snatches Su Chunlei away as the villagers flee onto the river. Zhang Yi follows onto the 5-meter thick ice, the snowmobile rapidly closing the distance. He snipes at the scattered sleds, seeking an opening on Su Chunlei, but the ice user maintains a dense whiteout. With the enemy superhuman shielded, Zhang Yi turns his rifle on the villagers themselves, a single shot punching through 3 huddled figures on a sled and dropping them onto the ice. Zhang Yi continues his ruthless pursuit of the fleeing Sudong village villagers across the frozen Lujiang River, his snowmobile carrying him swiftly over the ice while his military-grade sniper rifle, guided by his enhanced spatial perception, pierces through multiple bodies with each shot. The villagers, burdened by sleds carrying the corpses of their kin in adherence to traditional burial customs, are forced to dump the dead onto the ice to gain speed, creating a gruesome obstacle course that barely slows Zhang Yi. As the slaughter continues, Su Chunlei, overwhelmed by the pleas of his dying clansmen, channels his ice-type ability into the river itself, fracturing the 5-meter thick ice beneath Zhang Yi's vehicle and tilting the snowmobile off balance. The autopilot brakes sharply, forcing Zhang Yi to abandon the chase momentarily. By the time he recovers and fires final shots into the escaping crowd, the survivors have vanished into the dense brush on the far bank. Zhang Yi acknowledges the tactical danger of fighting on compromised ice and the likelihood of losing a direct confrontation with Su Chunlei on his home terrain, choosing caution over vengeance. Returning to Yunk Manor, Zhang Yi surveys the devastation of his outer defensive perimeter, noting that 3/4 of the primitive trap network has been destroyed, though he considers the intruder casualties a sufficient trade. Inside, the atmosphere is heavy. Yang Xia lies pale and weak on the sofa, having vomited everything she ate after witnessing the night's butchery. Zhou Kur, despite earlier friction, tends to her cousin with a head massage. When questioned, Zhang Yi confirms Su Chunlei escaped, describing the ice ability as disgusting for escape and admitting he refused to enter the enemy's domain. Yang Xia's worldview, previously anchored in the belief that civilization would soon return, fractures under the weight of the massacre. She asks quietly if Zhang Yi fears future punishment for murder, her voice devoid of its former conviction. Zhang Yi offers no philosophical answer, instead pinching her cheek and asking what she thinks. The silence stretches, heavy with the realization that the old world is gone. Breaking the tension, Zhang Yi announces his hunger and orders Zhou Kur to prepare a meal of offal brain, blood curd, duck gizzards, and pork intestines, deliberately provoking Yang Xia's nausea. When she calls him a devil, he leans close and whispers a crude promise of highly nutritious nourishment for the night. Her face burns red, but she does not refuse.